Okay, resume recording. Welcome to the Dare to Be Seen workshop. Use the chat box, use the Q&A box if you have any questions along the way. And I think there's actually many people here today that don't know me yet, which makes it even more exciting. So I'm Susie. I'm not this person on this photo. I wish I would be as pretty that I could be the visibility queen, but I actually should take photos like this so I can take myself on the top chart. Sunday, 2 p.m. Awesome. And I know in Europe it's Sunday evening, 10 p.m. in South Africa. Hey, Joe, thanks for hanging out so late with me. Yeah, this is the second version because it was too late for many, many people. So I did this workshop 2 days ago and it was really late, like 10 p.m., 11 p.m. in Europe. So this is the version a little bit earlier. I got up for you guys at 5 o'clock in the morning to do this workshop with you one more time. I love live workshops. I love the energy of live workshops. So yeah, I wasn't really excited about a replay. I'm going to offer one now because I know there is some people where it's really in the middle of the night. 1 p.m. Sunday in Colorado. Whoop, whoop. Yes, I was sleeping when the first one was on, you see. That's why I decided to do a second one because I really love the live energy of workshops. So yes, feel free to chat with me, ask me anything. I'll probably hop into all questions in the end because I'm really committed to get through those slides relatively quick so you get all the value and the special offer at the end. And I will just jump in because otherwise I can ramble and ramble and ramble because I'm so excited for hours and hours and hours. And then what happens is it takes 1.5 hours and I do not want that. 1 hour, I want to be done. So let's dive in right away. Dare to be seen. How to boost your visibility on social media without the second guessing, without worrying about the haters or the naysayers, so you can finally get paid for being you and not some second-rate version you think people want to see, because people want to see real you, trust me. You're in the right place. If you decided you want to supercharge your visibility in 2019, no more playing small, you want to get noticed, you want to make more income in your business, and if you decided you really want to show up and really create endless streams of posts, live streams, fan engagement, people loving what you have to say without all the fear and self-doubt and double guessing and reading for the second and third time before you actually press publish or you don't publish it at all. And you're in the right place if you're craving to be more real, if you're craving authenticity online like me, and if you are unique and want to get paid just for that. No more hiding. You're not in the right place if you're really still not sure what your message is and what you want to offer, because it doesn't really help us if I help you to get in front of thousands and thousands of people, but you don't know what you actually want to say or what you want to do with this huge platform and this visibility. So I think this is really good if you have an idea. This doesn't have to be perfect. I'm always working on a message, but you need to have an idea what you're offering and what you're doing. Otherwise, you will just send out a very confused message to many, many people, and this will result in many, many confused people as well. If you're confused, people will be confused. So you want to kind of have an idea before we get you in front of those hundreds and thousands of people. This is not for you if you think social media is just something to pass time, to scroll, and you don't believe that you can really grow a business with it. Because I can tell you, I've created my whole business on social media. And this is not for you if you'd rather still stay hiding behind your logo, behind your business name, not being a personal brand. If you really don't want to get over this and you want to be a business that has a business name and a business logo, but nobody knows it's actually you running this business, then this is not going to help you either, because this is all about being your own personal brand and showing up as you. Now, what I'm going to share on this training is literally how I created a thriving personal brand that allows me to travel around the world whilst running my multiple six-figure coaching business. I don't have a home. I'm full-time with one suitcase on the road. I'm currently house-sitting for free in Sydney before we're going to do Melbourne next week, and then Cairns, and then New Zealand and China before we're spending the summer in Europe, where we're going to live in 3 places, 1 month in Budapest, 1 month in Amsterdam, and we're still looking for the 3rd place that we're going to live in. So I'm going to reveal the mindset and the strategy, both, you need to get the word out there that doesn't cost you a cent, and how to overcome those fears, how to overcome the paralyzing fears that keep you from sharing your real message on a big, big scale, to get on the podcast, to get on the TV shows. And the best part is I've wrapped this up in a 5-step system that works even if you have a small audience. So you want to stick around. because I'm not going to share the exact system, not only going to share the exact system how I created my Facebook group of 10,000 people in less than 18 months, but you're also going to get a special gift at the end of this. I'm going to share with you my top 10 visibility journaling prompts that I use in the mornings, so I always know what to say to attract clients. I did this morning. What do I need to share with the world today? So that my top 10 journaling prompts, you're going to get that for free at the end of this training. So hang around and let's get started. So in the end, there will be a Q&A session. So pop your questions anytime into the comments or into the Q&A box. I will probably, if it's not something that really fits to the one chart I'm currently on, hop into them on the end of the training to not get stuck in rambling and making this 3 hours. But in the end, I'm going to answer all your questions, however long it takes. I'm happy to stay on 2 hours, 3 hours until all your questions are answered. So let's hop in and do questions at the end. Does this sound familiar? You're dying to share your big message, but at the same time, you're paralyzed with fear. You'd rather avoid the haters. You'd rather everyone just likes you and nobody's offended by anything you say. You don't want to have any negative comments. And that's actually holding you back from sharing your true message, from sharing those strong opinions that you might have. Those opinions where you could go on a rant with a best friend, but you don't dare to say it online because, yeah, not everybody will agree with that. And you love harmony and you really don't want to upset people and say something mean on social media. Now, here's the real problem, though. Instead of showing up as you with the real message that your people really need to hear, you stay focused on the small stuff. I call it procrastination alert. Figuring out how the algorithm works. How many times should you post? How can people see your post? What kind of notifications? What time of the day? Should I schedule it with this tool or that tool? You're learning another scheduling tool. You're making those checkerboard patterns on Instagram, like one quote, one photo, one quote, one photo, one quote, one photo. All those beautiful time activities. So you're busy. You're busy working on your online business all day long, but you're actually doing things that are not going to make it or break it. You're keeping yourself busy instead of really going out there and share the bigger message that you're here to share on this planet, in this online business. What would it take for you to feel brave enough to really dare to be seen? Like, dare to be seen as who you really are. If you manage to become one of the few who authentically share their message, you will stand out on social media. People are craving real people on social media. People are craving authenticity. And if you manage to just do that, you will stand out on this newsfeed. You will stand out from the crowd. And I'm going to share with you how we're going to do that. How do I know? If you don't know my story, I try to keep it short, but I'm German. I worked until my 30th birthday in a German media agency. I was bored, I was unfulfilled. I always wanted to travel the world forever. And everybody told me, what do you mean travel the world forever? That sounds hugely unrealistic and like bullshit. So you have to settle for this great career that you have. And I didn't. I quit my job after my 30th birthday. I bought a one-way ticket to South Africa. And that was in 2014. More than 5 years ago, and I never came back. Today I'm running a successful global coaching business. I travel the world. I live in Australia. I'm not here all the time because I'm really on the road and around the globe, but Australia is my new home base. So that's kind of the 1 minute summary of how I turned my really unfulfilling life into the best life I could only ever have pictured. Here's a couple of photos. Just in the last year, we've lived in Vietnam for a couple of months. We lived in England, Bali, and Australia, and all that while serving and growing my whole tribe of clients. Here's a couple of pictures. Yeah, I love my life. I love my life, and it is, I'm very, very, very blessed and very, very grateful for it. This is me. Now, people call me Visibility Queen. I didn't come up with this myself because I was always very fast in growing my audience. I've created a Facebook community of 13,000 people. I have an Instagram following of, I think, 22,000 people now. And I've always been really talented in growing a following relatively fast. So relatively early, I switched from life coaching to a bit more of business coaching because people were asking me, how did you do it? How did you grow a Facebook group to 13,000 people? That's my Facebook group, the Location Independent Biz Babes. I guess most of the people watching this are in there. If you're not in there yet and found me in any other way, but most people find me via my Facebook group, to be honest, then join it if you have anything in your heart that has to do with traveling, business, mindset, and location independent. That's a beautiful, beautiful community. That's my Instagram. Again, I'm going to share with you how you leave this follow-unfollow game. My Instagram is just literally my home. You can watch my Instagram stories. You can see what meditation I did this morning, what journaling I did this morning before I hopped on this webinar. I share my whole life on Instagram, and it is actually really easy for me. I travel around the world. It's just the easiest thing ever to share beautiful beach photos on Instagram whilst sharing a bit of wisdom on how I work on my mindset, how I work on my business, and that's how I always get a lot of followers. And if you would have 20,000 followers, that would make a huge difference for you in your business if you're currently stuck at 150. Now, again, I've been there. People very often see Susie as the visibility queen, but they are like here and they don't see how they can get here. Starting out, I had a few clients in my coaching business, but honestly, I felt lucky that I had them. I did not know where I would get the next client from. The first of the months, I was freaking out because it was all back to zero and I didn't know where clients would come from this month. If someone would come, if someone would pay me, there was just no consistency in constantly growing my audience to constantly have income. I signed up for all kinds of trainings. I signed up for everything. I just found a book with a list of trainings. I signed up for Facebook ads when I was really new in business. Really, I was trying to figure out really advanced strategies, and I got completely lost in all the noise of people telling me what to do. There is so much noise out there. If you don't have someone who's telling you, these are the important things for you right now, you can get lost forever. I did create content every single day. I've always been showing up every single day, but it was fluffy. It was very similar to what every single business coach was saying all day long. It was not very deep. It was 3 tips on how to start your online business. Podcasts? No. Oh my God. I didn't want to be a podcast. I didn't do live streams. I didn't do any like interview stuff. I didn't share any failures. I didn't share when I had a bad day. No way. Especially podcasts and summits, anything I can't delete from the internet, I did not want to be on. I found it incredibly embarrassing. I didn't want to hear my voice. Live streams, yeah, live streams you can still delete if you don't like them. But anything like podcasts, which I can't delete from the internet, I was really staying away from. Now here's a little bit of a story how this started to shift. One of my business coaches, my first business coach actually said, okay, no more hiding, share your story. And I was like, what do you mean share my story? I don't have a story. But I wrote a little bit on how I left Germany and how I overcame the naysayers and traveled around the world and never came back. And I thought it's a draft. I wasn't done with the text. I wanted to go through it again and again and make it perfect. So this was just my first draft for me. And I shared it in a Facebook group. And it was a bit of a nerve-wracking moment to press publish, but honestly, I didn't think too much of it. I honestly thought people won't care. Nothing is going to happen. It's not going to go viral or something. Now here's the post, and you can see below this photo, it has 4,500 likes. So what happened is this completely blew off, went viral with this bikini photo. I would have chosen another photo if I would have expected that, trust me. And hundreds of women wanted to connect with me. I was at work in the office with my phone, completely overwhelmed because I had settings where every notification still pops up on your phone. I didn't get too many notifications at that time. So it was literally doing bing, 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 bing. Someone liked this post, someone liked this post, someone commented, someone sent you a friend request, someone sent you a friend request. And I had 400 messages from people in my inbox. I was completely overwhelmed with that, to be honest. But at the same time, it showed me, okay, I'm onto something here. People want this. People care about my story more. I really didn't see that coming. This was blowing my mind. This was the foundation of my Facebook group because I didn't know what to do with all those people. I couldn't reply to every single person. Everybody wanted to connect with me. Everybody wanted to know more about my story. People said, did you write a book yet? And I was like, no, I didn't write a book yet. I didn't even think anyone would care about this until now. And it was a really beautiful experience that showed me a total new level of confidence that showing up as who I am is totally enough. That's all I need to do. I don't need to rewrite it. I don't need to have it perfect. People love me the way I am. And that was a huge shift of mindset for me on how I show up and how I created content and what I talked about. So that's when I started to understand I want to talk about topics that I felt like nobody else spoke about in the industry. So I always push myself. Those things are not easy for me, even if you think that might be super easy. But for me to go live and say 5 things I've changed during my first 25K months wasn't easy. Why? Because I was worried about what my colleagues from my previous job would think, what my parents would think. I didn't want to see my parents a post that says 5 things I've changed during my first 25K months. I was not super comfortable with it. The same for what no one tells you about 10K months. I was so fed up with this whole 10K months, it's so easy, blah, 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 until I finally got there to 10K months. And then I wanted to share, how much does it really take? What's happening before from 0 to hero 10K months? So those things I've shared, and even though they were not super easy to really press the publish button and say, okay, I'm going to do this, those have always been my most engaged posts. That's always the stuff where people are like, oh my God, thanks so much for saying this. Nobody's actually sharing stuff like this. Thank you so much for sharing that. Whenever I push myself, I get the most boost of engagement, the biggest numbers, and reach the most people. Now here's how my life and business looks like today. In 2018, I made $250,000 Australian dollars. I sometimes still can't grasp that, to be honest. It's sometimes still really mind-blowing to me, whilst traveling the world full-time with my location-independent business. I've quit my job and my apartment in May 2017, so almost 2 years ago now. I asked my partner if he wants to quit his job and travel the world with me, and luckily he said yes. He's working for me in my company now. So we've been to around the world twice. And we're going for a 3rd time this year now. Oh yeah, it's just amazing. We've been to Australia, Bali, Thailand, Germany to visit my family. We lived in Vietnam. We lived in Canada for a whole summer. We went to the Caribbean. We went to all Caribbean islands, Barbados, Martinique, St. Lucia. It's just been the most amazing time. And I'm constantly earning 15,000 minimum, 15 to 25,000 is my normal income at the moment. And that's like, wait, what? Wait, what? That's just really crazy. But at the same time, it gets predictable if you build an audience, if you get in front of the right people, and many of them. Now, here's what you need to know. Getting really visible does take courage, does take confidence. And it is not about another recycled blueprint strategy, because I can tell you what to do. Be more visible, do live streams, be bold, but you're not doing it. And you're on this workshop for a reason, because yeah, we want to do it, but at the same time, it's not so easy. And I'm not saying it is so easy. I totally feel you on having concerns and fears of stepping up there and being like, oh, I know everything. I'm going to share and brag and show up and be me and be vulnerable. Now, here are 5 essential elements you need so you can really get to that next income level in your business. Sharing your stuff and raw opinions is next level confronting, and everyone feels scared about that. Even the ones who look like they have it nailed. Sometimes people think, oh yeah, Susie can do it because Susie has it all figured out. It's the same. It is about stepping out of your comfort zone, and I get more comfortable stepping out of my comfort zone every single day because I do it so often, but it's still uncomfortable. Waiting until you get confident is costing you thousands and thousands of dollars at the moment. First of all, I can promise you it's not magically appearing. There's not this one moment where you're like, now I'm confident and it's happening. It is taking action, and you will get more and more confident as you go. There's this beautiful quote of being brave isn't the absence of fear. It's about taking action despite the fear. That's what we're going to do. So let's jump into the 5-step system. This is the heart of becoming a visibility queen and getting paid for being you. The first part we're going to talk about is a mindset part. I call it the get into the dare to be seen mindset. The second step is creating flow content from your heart. The third part is sharing your offers. I have so many people who master step 1 and 2, but they actually never sell. Raise your hand if you're guilty of that one. Step 4 is supercharging your visibility. And step 5 is staying on track, getting the consistency in. Yes, in 2019, we all want to be more visible. It's the 13th now. How many live streams did you actually do on your business page? How many live streams did you do on your private profile? Nah. Let's jump into the steps. This is where you want to take notes. This is literally the value part of this workshop. Dare to be seen. You know, all those things you've been wanting to say, but you still don't. All the live streams you wanted to do, all the big things you wanted to do, but it's still really not so easy to press the share button and send it out there without proofreading and second guessing and worrying and then deleting it again. I've shared posts and deleted them afterwards. You need to get into the right mindset, the dare to be seen mindset, or also known as the I don't give a shit what others think mindset. It's like flicking a switch. You have to overcome the fear of judgment. I know that fear of judgment is huge, and I can't even tell you that you won't get judged on the internet, because you will. There will be people judging. There will be people saying stuff, but that cannot hold you back from doing what you need to do, from finding clients in your business. You need to learn how to appreciate and handle haters and how to handle negativity with ease. You have to be your biggest cheerleader. You have to be so convinced of what you are sharing that people can say whatever they want. You know that you're saying what you mean and that you're standing up for this. The first step to that is mindset journaling. This is my secret weapon. I don't know how long you've been following me, but I always share my journaling entries. In the morning, I sit down and journal. Before I do anything else, before I started this workshop, I wrote 3 pages this morning. You need to give yourself a pep talk. You need to be your biggest cheerleader. You are your biggest fan. You are your biggest supporter. So here you see a little snippet where I wrote a little love letter to myself. You need to write your vision like it's already done, doing affirmations, cheering yourself up. You need to get yourself into that confidence level yourself. Nobody's going to do this for you. And for sure not people on the internet, strangers on the internet, by giving you 10 likes. You need to get into that mindset yourself. That's part of your job, and it's the first step before you do anything else, before you write anything, before you post anything. You need to get into that. Now, I want you to meet Ruth. Ruth is one of my clients, and she's a sex and relationship coach. Now, please imagine for me, you would go to your parents and say, hi, I'm going to quit my day job, my safe office job, and I'm going to be a sex and relationship coach online full-time. Whose parents would freak out? Mine would freak out, I can tell you that. Mine already freaked out with what I was doing, but I'm not a sex coach. Ruth really had a challenge to more than most of us, I dare say, in regards of sharing her real message, because there are taboo topics in her work that she does. And she was holding back because she was more worried about what family think, what her work colleagues think. Ooh, yeah, go back to the office on Monday after you've done your sex coaching online. Phew, I thought that was really tough, and I was so proud of her, how she overcame that, how she really decided, okay, but I'm showing up for my clients. I need to share with my clients what I'm doing and why this work matters to me. And I can't hold back because of my family or because of other people judging me. And once that was working, Ruth has now a successful online coaching business. She's doubled her corporate income. And now, of course, family is like, oh yeah, you've done a great job. That's going so well. But to get that support whilst you're starting out and whilst you're saying, okay, I'm quitting my job, I'm doing this, I'm all in with this, sometimes people are really skeptical and negative, but you have to push through. And once it's working out, trust me, they will all say, oh yeah, I knew you could do this. I knew this would be an amazing idea. Step 2, flow content. What I mean by flow content is not posts, and I'm going to share examples with you. I don't want you to keep posting 3 tips on how to. If people want to know 3 tips on how to, they will use Google. You will never beat Google by 3 tips on how to start your YouTube channel, or 3 tips on how to, I don't know, hire your virtual assistant, or 3 tips on how to find clients online. Nobody is going to jump on that if you don't give people a really good reason why they should listen to you and your 3 tips on something. It's time to step away from those formulas and from what everybody else is doing. You need to stand out and connect with people. So whatever you see everyone else doing, do something else. Just go and do the opposite. That's the best thing you can do to stand out. Flow content is what you're most connected to. Flow content is what you might not even think people care about. Like me sharing my story. I was like, how's that even relevant to my business? Flow content is what you would talk about with your best friend, or if you would meet me on a Saturday evening, we're chatting with a glass of wine for hours. What would we talk about? What's close to your heart? What would you want to share? What are you passionate about? What could you talk about all day? That's what you need to share with your people. That is your core message. Nobody wants to follow a scaredy cat that is not showing up like a leader. Nobody wants to follow those people that are all day like, yeah, I do this, but I'm not really confident, and I'm not sure if you want to sign up with me, and I'm not sure if you want to know my price because it's really expensive, and I'm not so certain myself. If you're not certain, people don't follow uncertain people. People don't follow scaredy cats. True leaders aren't willing to hide because they know what they have to share with their audience is really important and needs to be heard and needs to be done, and they need to do it. Here are a couple of examples of my flow content. That's literally things, I don't have any intention with those. That's what I have on my heart in the morning. So the left one, I love this photo of me, and I shared a post about how I don't see myself as a top model and how I don't know, just some inner process and how I'm really stepping into my beautiful feminine power here. And that was really personal. I didn't write that with the intention to sell anything or to achieve anything or anything. That was just something I would share with my friend. But instead of sharing it with my friend, I publish it online. And I use photos of me. Usually there's a beach around the corner because there are a lot of beach photos because I love beach photos. And I just use a real picture. And if you don't have professional beach photos, use a selfie. Use whatever, like my most successful photos that are the most traction are not the professional studio photos. They are the real life photos, if you want to call it like that. Now I want to share with you two posts as well, a good one and a not so good one. How do I tell if I'm sharing flow content or if I'm not? I'm going to show with you the difference. So on the left side, you see another piece of my flow content where you see, this is me. This photo is me, yeah. La la la, on the beach, that's so me. It doesn't get more professional than that. This is how I show up. This is me. This is my energy. And here I had a little bit of an online rant because I saw so many people taking time off from their business for 3 weeks, and I don't understand that. I don't understand because my business is me. I don't know how to park that. I don't know how to switch that off. So that was literally something I wrote with a photo of mine. Got 45 likes and lots of engagement. On the right side, you see how it looked like when I was still pre-planning content for the whole month, so I don't have to create content anymore. If you don't want to show up for your people, you're in the wrong business. And pre-schedule stuff. So you see, this is a photo that's not me. It's a random Canva graphic. The Canva graphic I designed. So I went into Canva. I spent, I don't know, probably more than 10 minutes, probably even really too much time on something that doesn't matter and doesn't change anyone's life to create this Canva graphic. And then on the side, I did a service-based businesses you can start and listed the businesses. You can Google that. If you want to know what service-based business you want to start, you can Google it. This was not personal. It wasn't why I believe you should start a service-based business. It wasn't why I'm passionate about service-based businesses. It was just something you can Google. It was not exciting. It was not sending out. And as you see, I think it got 0 likes. It was not blowing anyone's mind. And if that is how your content currently looks like, that is why it's not blowing anyone's mind, because there is nothing mind-blowing about it. Step 3, share your offers. I have so many people in the Location Independent Biz Babes that do the visibility part. They show up in groups, they create content, they share, I see them, I read them, but I don't know what they're selling. I have no idea because they never tell me. Tell me if you're guilty of not sharing your offers enough. And most of my audience is. They got this visibility, they're posting in Facebook groups, but this is where so many service-based business owners fall down. They miss the opportunity to ask for the sale because they're scared to come across salesy, to come across sleazy, to be annoying. Raise your hand if you've done that. Share your offers. You've probably been told the 80-20 rule. Let me know if you've heard of this. 80-20 rule says you should do 80% value content and then 20% promotional posts. Offers, and then you alternate. So you do value post, value post, value post, promotion post. Oh no, let's do it quickly. Okay, and then value post, value post, value post, shy promotion post, and then back to value post. most people have mastered value posts on social media because it's relatively easy. Now, I have a very different view on this, because what happens is people see your value post and they don't see your promotion post. I believe you can integrate this principle. I do believe in 80-20. I do believe in you should give tons and tons and tons of value and then promote a bit. Tons and tons and tons of value, promote a bit. I do think you can do this in the same medium. I'm doing it in this workshop. So I'm going to give you tons and tons and tons of value. And in the end, I'll share with you what offer I have to take this to the next level. I do this in posts, I do this in videos, on live streams. I ramble on live stream, I give value for an hour, and in the end of the live stream, I say what I have to sell. That's it. It has to take 2 minutes. It doesn't have to be a full-on promotion post, a full-on video and only promotion, but you need to tell people in a quick snippet, if they liked what they've seen, how they can take this to the next step. What do you want them to do? Do you want them to message you, to like it, to comment, to share, to buy? What is it? Here's an example of this. Black Friday, I was bored with Black Friday before I was even online on Black Friday, because all that was there on Black Friday was, buy my stuff, it's 10% off. Buy my stuff, it's 20% off. Buy my stuff, it's 30% off. And people were swarmed away on Black Friday when they went online with all those offers. Now, I wanted to do something different, and I included a koala adoption on my Black Friday offer. So everyone who bought my course bundle on Black Friday got a koala adoption for 1 year with a certificate where they're adopting a koala in need in Australia. And I thought that was a brilliant idea. And people thought it's brilliant just because it was standing out. Nobody else was doing something like this. Now, again, instead of saying 20% off and have like a red banner that just says 20% off, my photo I used was why my Black Friday deal includes a koala adoption. And all I did in my text was sharing why I decided to do that. Why I think it's boring to just say 10% off, it's Black Friday. Why I did that and tell people about it. And people loved the koala idea. I think some people bought the bundle just because they wanted the koala. I hope they enjoyed my courses as well. But people really thought that's a unique idea. They haven't seen that all day on Black Friday. And that is working. You need to tell people about it though. Here's the second example. We've seen this post, but I wanted to share with you, like, read the last 2 lines. This is all I'm talking about. So this is a value post. And in the end, all I'm doing is say, message me if you're ready to create lasting success. I'm taking on 2 more clients before I'm closing this offer. That's it. That's all I'm talking about. You're done with selling today. You've done it. You told people what's available at the moment, and then you move on. And then you do your next value piece, a live stream or whatever it is. Quick story of Stacy. Stacy moved from England to New Zealand to be a graphic designer while she was one of my first clients ever. And last year we worked together again because nobody was buying her offer. And I didn't understand why, because it was really affordable. I told her it's too cheap, you need to raise your prices. And she said, yeah, but nobody's buying it. Yeah, because nobody knew about it. That was literally it. Stacy was great with visibility in group. You might know Stacy. She's great with visibility. She's great with connecting with people. But she did not tell anyone about her offer and how affordable it actually is to get a new website from her. It was incredibly cheap. And all we did was pushing her out of this comfort zone. She shared 2 posts in my Facebook group. And that was it. 2 Facebook posts in the location Independent Biz Babes. And she got 3 clients right away. And then she was full. She had to open a wait list for other people who wanted to work with her. She doubled her prices because she actually finally believed me that it's too cheap what she's offering. And that's all it took. 2 Facebook posts of saying what you're actually having on offer, 3 clients right away, and that's it. Wait list. People waiting to work with you whenever you have availability again. How amazing would that be? And that was a thing of 10 minutes of getting over yourself and actually sharing your offer. Step 4, supercharge your visibility. You need to build a tribe in some form. It can be a Facebook group. It can be like an email list. It can be anything. But what happens after you are visible? What happens once people find you? How can you get them into your tribe? So you build a tribe of friends, of potential clients, of like-minded people. And one of the best ways I found is to grow a free Facebook group. Again, there's other ways, but I love my Facebook group, and here's why. It's a safe space. My mom's not in there. My dad's not in there. People I don't like are not in there. I can just remove them or not approve them. So in the beginning, that helped me tremendously to show up real and raw and authentic. So what I did when I was really scared to share something is I shared it in my group. Not on my personal profile, not on my public business page, especially when I talk about my journey with my ex-partner and stuff. I don't want him to read that if it's not really necessary. So I'd rather post those things in my group. Here's an example. This is a really personal post of something I experienced. It was a dialogue with my coach where my coach said, Susie, you're doing amazing. You're making multiple six figures. And I was like, no, hang on. I've only made $170,000 so far. That's not multiple six figures. And I was literally playing it small. I was like, come on, this is like being really, I don't know the English word. Like my coach was like, are you freaking kidding me? You're discussing with me now if you really made multiple six figures. Do you know how many people would be craving to make $170,000 in this year? And it was like in November. You've tripled your income from the year before. Just celebrate it. And that's something I shared in my group. I didn't share that on my private profile or something where my parents or whoever would see it. But again, as you can see, that got 150 likes and plenty of comments because it was something real, something authentic out of my real life. And it didn't have any sales intention. It didn't have any intention to achieve anything or something. It was just me being real and sharing with my friends. And that's how I see my tribe. Even though it's relatively large now, I still see it as my friends, as my tribe, as my community where I feel safe to show up. So here's a couple of other things I did there. The ups and downs of my first full six-figure year whilst traveling and house sitting. Real talk. What's really happening? What's not only sunshine? How much money is left? It's not only about revenue. It's about investing as well. Those things I love to share in my community because I feel like there I dare to say anything. And I'm still growing and stepping out of this, like what would my parents think, and really just share things like that on my private profile as well. So I'm still constantly pushing myself. The other one here is an interview with Ruth that you've already met her about where's she now and how was it to really tell your family that you're quitting your job to be a sex coach, and what tips did she have for others to overcome judgment of others, naysayers, people saying you have to be realistic. You know, if I tell my parents that my goal for this year is to make $400,000 in revenue, they would say, yeah, but you have to be realistic. Not helpful. Here's step 5, staying on track. The key to doing this and pushing out of your comfort zone again and again and again is having someone who keeps you accountable, who is your guide, and who pushes you out of your comfort zone. And this is the final and most important step in the process. I do not know and understand how people can do all this without a coach, without a mastermind group of people. I have no idea. I can't tell you. I'm working with 3 one-on-one coaches at the moment, 3. They're all high 5-figure investments. And I'm in 2 programs at the moment. Programs like the one I'm going to share with you, where you just work through stuff with other people. So the guidance and the accountability is going to boost your visibility because you're not chickening out anymore. You're not saying, oh yeah, awesome, I'll do that. And then it's like, yeah, maybe later this year. Oh yeah, I'll do more live streams. Maybe next week. You can so quickly get traction with your offers without paying thousands for Facebook ads. You don't need any of this. You just need to show up. And you can't stay frozen and hidden away. Remember, you got on this workshop today to discover a way to stop hiding and reach more of the right people with your offers and with who you are. The best way to get seen, get noticed, and be more visible is the mindset part. It's not another strategy. And to stop trying to please everyone with what you share. Bringing it all together. Strategy alone does not work. I'm telling you, I've tried this. Journaling alone doesn't work either. If you're just writing in your journal, I make $1 million, I make $1 million, it's not going to happen just from this journaling practice either. When you bring it together, that's where the magic happens. Becoming visible is a shortcut to way more income. And if you don't do it, and that's so annoying, the less experienced competitors will overtake you. Who's had this? I work with coaches who are amazing. They're coaches since 10 years. They have all the certifications. They have client results, but they don't talk about it. And then there's this 19-year-old that decided yesterday that she's going to be an online coach. And they just overtake you because they're millennials. They think they can rule the world. They just go out there and make the money and the clients. And you sit there and you're like, what just happened? I have that sometimes when I see who's featured in Forbes. Sometimes I see like newbie entrepreneurs and I'm like, why did I not get featured in Forbes yet? I read books from people who left Germany and traveled around the world, and sometimes there's those, really go on a around the world trip for 1 year and people try to write a book about it. And I'm like, why do I not have a book? I did not only travel 1 year, I'm traveling since 5 years. Well, I don't have a book because I don't pitch to book publishers, and they do. So that's why they have a book and I don't. It's people overtaking you and taking action and in showing up. And if you don't want to sit there and be like, oh, why is everybody getting the clients and traveling the world and I'm left? You need to step up the game to not have them overtake you, especially less experienced people. You have a choice. You can do this alone. I cheer you on, post in my Facebook group, I'm your biggest fan, but stop making excuses. And if you want more support, and if you want to go this with me as your guide, I'm more than happy to share with you something pretty awesome. I love Visibility Queen. The crown of this Visibility Queen logo is a tattoo on my arm. I mean it when I'm talking about stepping up as a Visibility Queen. This is me, this is my brand. I dare say I am Visibility Queen. I fully embody this. This is a 5-week deep dive intensive, and I would love to have you on board for that, because what we're going to do is we get you over your mindset blocks of being seen to help you make more money with the success mindset, and of course all social media strategies, those that most women are afraid to use. So I want you to stand out. I want Visibility Queens to be people that get seen for who they are and that make money with what they love doing. This is the only visibility and mindset training you need. I've done both. I've done strategy coaching, and then I've hired a mindset coach. If you don't want to spend money twice, this is everything I've done and I've learned in one piece. So let me break down for you so you can see how we can activate those 5 essential elements that we actually spoke about today in this course. Let me grab a sip of water. Module 1 is the Dare to be Seen module. It's the mindset module. We have to start with this, otherwise we don't have to go anywhere. This is my process on how to become a leader. When I heard anything about leadership, I was like, I'm not a leader. I'm a coach, yes, but I didn't see myself as a leader at all. I had a lot of limiting stories about leadership from my old corporate life and what leadership looked like there. I didn't want to be a leader, but that's why I didn't show up like one. And that's why nobody wanted to follow me, because I wasn't showing up like someone who leads, so people want to follow. So I will share with you the exact inner work, the complete mindset work, how to show up like a leader. So you can be seen as an expert, as an authority in your field, people looking up to you, people wanting to have interviews with you because you are the expert in this area that you're teaching in your industry, and create massive levels of impact. You're going to get a specific visibility hypnosis. I'm a master NLP practitioner, and this helped me so much, so it has changed my whole life, to get the subconscious mind on board with things. The problem is this: your conscious mind is like, yeah, we're going to be more visible, more visible, more visible. And your subconscious mind is like, nah, that doesn't feel safe. We don't like it. It feels really uncomfortable, and we should just not do it. And then you're pushing here, but your subconscious mind is actually pushing here. And then what happens is nothing. It's self-sabotage. It's you not moving forward. It's you being stuck. What you need to do, and that's where most coaches lack the concept of how the mind works, is getting your subconscious mind on board. Otherwise, you can do whatever you want. You can sign up for every strategy course you want. If your subconscious mind doesn't feel it's safe, because as a child, you've been told to shut up, to tone it down, to be quiet, to fit in. That's how I grew up. That's the beliefs I grew up with. And then I'm like, oh, I should be bold in my online business. Of course, my subconscious mind is not on board with that. That's not how I was raised. So we want to get your subconscious mind on board to understand this is actually a good thing. Making an impact in other people's lives is a good thing. So you get a hypnosis, which is an audio recording, which you will listen to again and again and again in the morning, to change your subconscious mind and to get it on board to go this way with you together. And you're going to learn how to speak your truth, own your awesomeness, bragging that feels good, so you can be an inspiration to others. It's your part of your purpose to share your life and your results and your experiences to be an inspiration, not to brag, but to be an inspiration to others. And I'm going to share with you how to really overcome any fear of judgment and learn how to appreciate and handle the haters, handle negativity with ease. I'm sometimes not sure if I'm handling them with ease, but I'm handling them. Module 2 is about growing your soul tribe, bringing your people and funnel them. So people who love you, who find you, what's next? How can you make them hang around, deeply fall in love with your work, deeply get to know you and your core and your heart and your soul? And that's what's going to create constant client flow. That's how it works, that I come up with an offer and people want to buy it because they've been following me for a while. So you sell out your launches just by posting in your group or emailing your list because you already have the people. The people are ready. The people are waiting for what you're coming up with next. Then I'm going to do a special Facebook group maximizer module because people ask me all the time, what do I need to do now? My Facebook group is less than 100 people. Nobody's talking. What do I need to do now? How to build a standout community with thousands of loyal fans. And I'm going to break this down. What to do exactly when you have a group with less than 100 people, nobody's talking, it's not growing. That's very different things than now that you have a Facebook group with more than 1,000 people, how do you get it to 5,000 people? Completely different things you will have to do every single day. You will have to show up every single day, but the strategy on how to get engagement is a very different one from how to control engagement. Like I'm at a level where Facebook group is more like management, hiring people. When do you need to bring on paid admins to help you managing the group? So wherever you are with your Facebook community, we're going to go through the different stages of what to do when to get people engaged, to grow the tribe constantly, to get it to a level where I don't do a thing to grow my Facebook group because Facebook is recommending it to other people because it's so engaged and there's so much action going on in there. Facebook thinks must be a good group. I'll suggest it to other women who are interested in travel and location independence and business. And then the last part of this is the money's in the list. Who's heard this and was like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that the money's in the list because I hate my list. How to do email marketing that doesn't suck. I've really, again, it's a bit of a mindset module as well, but I'm giving you the strategy, how to change your beliefs around email marketing. I had to change mine and really fall in love with it so it makes you more cash and people love to be on your email list. And it's hard to make people love to be on your email list. I'm not on many email lists anymore because there's just so much noise in my inbox, but that's what we're going to get through in module 2. Who's ready for module 3? I might get there in an hour. 10 minutes to go. Module 3 is great exposure for great success. How now do we get in front of those thousands of people? How do we get this post with 5,000 likes? How do we get you go viral? This is the become a visibility queen and learn all my go-to strategies for thousands of views, hundreds of likes, so you can reach a huge exposure in front of potential clients and get fully booked. This is exactly what made me hit constant 5-figure months. From November 2017 until today, I've made constant 5 figures in my business. This is how. I'm going to share my 3-step system for quality content that feels aligned and authentic. So you really know what to do every single day to get into alignment and authentic content and know what to share that brings you clients. And we're going to cover how to think outside the box. You need to do something else than what everybody else is doing. We're not only covering post in Facebook groups. Everybody's doing that. That's nice, but that's not going to be enough because everybody's doing it. You need to get in front of many, many eyes and you need to stop being your best kept secret and you need to do something else than what everybody else is doing. Insta famous. Who loves Instagram? Who loves Instagram more for private, but not really for selling in business? Instagram has been huge for me because yes, there's 20,000 people on there. So if I share something, there's 20,000 people who see it. Not all of them probably, but I will share with you how to sell on Instagram stories, how to use Instagram stories, how to use basic hashtag strategy to constantly grow your account. You want to get out of this follow, unfollow stupid game. I'm not talking about bots and fake followers. That's not what's going to make you clients. Fake followers will not buy from you. That doesn't help you. So all the Instagram game, how to really get from, most people are stuck at a couple of hundreds Instagram followers, 200, maybe 500, but you want to get to constantly having a couple of thousand people to really have that as another revenue stream for potential clients. Then module 4 is visibility mastery. Now what? Now that we have the people, how do we monetize this? This is about how to come up with killer programs, no more people pleasing, how to come up with stuff that you are in love about, selling like a boss, how to sell with conviction without feeling icky so you can find more clients and show up with 100% certainty. If you would believe in what you're selling, your people would believe in it as well, trust me. And I'm going to share with you my fast launch process. How do I come up with an offer at 7 a.m. in my journaling? And how is it possible that I have sold a spot at 10 a.m. on the same day via my Facebook group? How to really super fast process mini offers, make money, say goodbye to perfectionism. We're not going to think about an idea for 3 weeks and maybe create a sales page. I'm going to teach you how to come up with an idea, go out there and have a spot sold already. And then week 5 is expert week. Week 5 is the nitty gritty of advanced visibility strategy. This is not only a beginner's course. Yeah, this is really super advanced. I'm going to share with you how to start a podcast, PR, how to get featured in Forbes, in Entrepreneur, in those large publications, how to use Pinterest to get a lot of traffic on your website and onto your email list without doing anything. All the advanced strategies to get in front of thousands and thousands of people. And you want to add more and more of that. You don't have to start with 50 different things on 50 different platforms. But if it's time for you to step up the game, here's the strategy how to step up the game. I'm going to share Dream Team Deluxe, how to start building your team, when to outsource, what to outsource, how to outsource, who to outsource to, so you get your time back and can hire the best experts in my field, in their field, not in my field. Meet all my trusted team members. So you're going to meet my team members who work for me and learn how to leverage funnels, YouTube, podcasts, media features. And if you want, you can do it yourself. And if you want, you can hire them. I don't care. So we're going to have a funnel training, how to set up automations, how to sell stuff overnight, how to sell passive income products whilst you're asleep, literally. That's going to be done with Alexandra, who's my ClickFunnels and funnel expert. Then there's a Pinterest training. I know a little bit about Pinterest, but honestly, I'm not doing it myself. So Katie's jumping in doing the Pinterest training. How to get tons and tons of traffic and thousands of people via Pinterest. And again, you can learn the strategies and go out there and apply it yourself. Or you can hire a Pinterest manager to do it for you. That's what I did. I'm like really active on Facebook and Instagram, but then the rest I outsource to other people. Then there's going to be a PR training with my previous coach, Celine DaCosta. Celine writes for Forbes, is featured all the time, publishes books, and is just amazing to be around. And she's going to do a special PR training. She gets pitches all the time. So she gets pitched. She's not teaching you how to pitch. She's teaching you how not to do it, because she gets lots of crap in her inbox that she's not even looking at. And she's sharing how to get her attention, how to get a story across so you actually get featured in those large publications. Then there's going to be a YouTube training with my YouTuber, Laura. She's doing all my video editing. And I don't have a YouTube channel myself. So again, she's the expert. She's going to give you, if you want to start a YouTube channel, how to do that. I loved her training. After watching her training, I wanted to start a YouTube channel. Same for Stephanie. She's hosting the Girl Kind podcast, which was going from 0 downloads to 100,000 downloads super fast. I can't teach you that. I don't have a podcast that got from 0. I don't have a podcast at all, basically. She's the go-to person for how to start a podcast and get fast traction. And that's why she's doing a training on that. Again, I've watched the training and I never wanted to start a podcast, but after watching the training, I wanted to start a podcast suddenly. It was like, oh my God, this would be so good. Here's how it works and what's included. It's 5 weeks. It's going to be deep dive modules, which we're going to record on Zoom live. So like this, what we're doing here right now. The next round, I want to run this training again next year. We'll just get the replays. I'll just send them the modules recorded. But this round, if you're joining, you will be there live when we're doing the trainings. The steps, the tools, the systems to become a visibility queen, 5 times, 5 weeks, valued $1,000. Then you get the 5 expert trainings with the industry leaders to do the nitty gritty for maximum exposures, all the things, deep dive. I didn't want to leave it like flat on what I know about Pinterest. I want you to know everything you need to know about Pinterest. And then there's the Q&A sessions. This is where the coaching happens. So it's not just a module like a self-study course and then I'm like, bye-bye, good luck. This is where we're going to push you, where we go through your mindset stuff, where you look at your excuses. There's a weekly session. So there's first the module and then there's another weekly session on another day where we do questions, support, direct access to me. There's no boundaries. You can ask me anything. There's no secrets. I'm sharing anything you want to know. There's no taboos where we're not going. You can literally pick my brain on anything, get feedback on your stuff. And that's what's happening every week. And then, of course, you get a workbook with the mindset work, the journaling prompts, the homework, the action tasks that you're supposed to do every single day, so you know what that actually is. And you get a Facebook group. Of course, there's no mastermind with me without a buzzing Facebook group, where you connect and surround yourself with a bunch of aspiring six-figure biz babes. And that is so powerful. I cannot emphasize this enough. I've joined masterminds. I don't even remember what I learned from the coach in the mastermind, but I do remember that surrounding myself with other multiple six-figure entrepreneurs who are working on the same goal was priceless for me, because it made it normal for me. I was surrounded by people that made like $40,000 per month and were aiming for more. They were in this mastermind because they wanted more. And I was like, wow, I would be happy with 5 figures. But just surrounding yourself with this, making this your new normal, people supporting you, people saying, yes, share this. It's bold, but it's awesome. It needs to be said. It needs to be heard. That is so powerful, especially if you're currently only surrounded by naysayers and people that don't get it. There's 2 bonuses. The first one is how to fall in love with selling. That's a training I already have. I have already feedback from people that said, oh my God, this has blown my mind. Just changing your mindset around what you think about selling or how you feel around selling. And that's my exact process, how I've shifted. My exact process from, oh, I don't like selling, I think it really is unnecessary, to I love selling because it's the most fun thing and it's amazing and it works and I love it. Basically, really how to fall in love with it. And the second bonus is the hypnosis, the visibility queen hypnosis, to get your subconscious mind on board so you can show up fully and boldly. And that's another $200 bonus because I'm recording that just for you guys. Here's the investment. It's going to kick off very soon. I'm not talking long about things. We're starting, doors close on Friday, and that's like 5 days to jump in. And the total investment is not, of course not, the $3,682 that I've listed there in the value list. Today it's going to be $1,497 if you want to pay in full. Of course, there is a payment plan. People always ask me for a payment plan, so you can jump in for $590 on the payment plan. And here's the link. So I'm actually going to copy that in the chat box for you. There is a special webinar bonus because I do reward people who watch my stuff and who show up live for my workshops, of course. So here's something for you. The first 5 people who are going to sign up will get this special visibility audit from me. So that is me taking 45 minutes or however long it takes to audit your social media accounts. And I'm not only going to say, use different hashtags. This is going to be like a soul audit. I will tell you what I want to know, what I haven't found out about you yet, what I feel like I want more, where I want more of your soul, where I'm not clear on your offers, where I'm not clear on what you're doing, where I don't figure out really fast whilst stalking you on social media, what you're doing, who it's for, why you're doing this, who you are, who you really are. I want to see you, and I mean deep inside your soul. And that is available for the first 5 people who sign up from this webinar via, I've shared the link, right? Yes, I've shared the link. And yeah, I'm super excited about these because they are going to be really individual for you, and you'll get a lot out of this. You can choose 2 social media accounts to get that. And I'm going to give you like journaling prompts, content ideas, what I really want to see more of to get you more into this real dare to be seen, show up as who you really are. And there's a VIP option. I'm excited about the VIP option. Okay. If you've been knowing me for a while, if you're new to me, I don't know if you want to work with me one-on-one, maybe you do because you like my energy. My one-on-one usually starts at $12,000 for a 4-month package. For this option, Visibility Queen, I'm offering a VIP upgrade option, which means you get the course, you get the 5 weeks with me, but on top of that, you get 2 coaching calls with me. And they are usually 30 minutes. I've extended them here so really have a lot of time to deep dive into 45 minutes coaching calls. So you get 2 coaching calls of 45 minutes on top of the course. It's limited to the first 5 people. 1 is already taken. So there's 4 spots left at the moment, even though it still says 5. And that will go because there is many people who always wanted to work with me but can't afford the 5-figure investment at this stage. So if you want to work with me, this one is $2,497, and that is including Visibility Queen. Yeah, so that's including the program for $1,497. That's not on top, just to make that clear. You will have all the options on the sales page. So you go on dreamlifedeluxe.com and then you either do /visibility-queen, or you click on the link here that I've just posted on Zoom, or you just go on my website and there is under courses, you will see Visibility Queen. And there is all options on there. So there's the pay in full option, there's the payment plan option, you get the same bonuses. Yeah, so you can sign up for this webinar offer with the payment plan. So if you currently don't have $1,500 sitting in your bank account, you can secure your spot by signing up now with the payment plan. That's no problem. I don't mind. I don't mind if you pay in full or with the payment plan. And then if you scroll to the very bottom of the sales page, that's where the VIP option is. And again, this will go. So that's literally first come, first serve. I won't do more. In the past, I've taken all the people who want it, and then I was completely overwhelmed and overbooked. I promised to myself that I'm not doing this anymore. I'll keep it to those 4 spots that are left. And that's really first come, first serve. So let me know if you want one of these. Maria says, your sales page is so pretty. I can only tell you, I love it. I love the sales page. It's like cheesy, but even if you don't want to buy it, click on the link. It's so pretty. Okay, we're going to wrap things up and jump into the Q&A in a second. But these are a couple of clients that went to the last round. It's not really the same anymore. I've really up-leveled since I ran this program for the last time. It's not the same anymore. It's completely new. But Bert and Annika were in the last round, and Bert started her Facebook group from 0 to 525 people during this program, which is amazing if you have nothing at the moment, if you don't have a community at all. And Annika, have a look at this post. At the bottom, it has 1,875 reactions from people, plus 2 more, from a post that she really used exactly what I teach in how to create flow content, how to stand out. Now, it wasn't a sales post, but if you get in front of 2,000 people and they love what you share, you will get a couple of clients out of this. It will boost your business to the next level, because this large visibility, to get back to this word, it will help you massively to grow your audience, to find clients. In those 1,875 people, there is a couple of ideal clients. I promise you that. And Ruth, again, she's my star testimonial for everything. She got featured on podcasts. She's the expert now when it comes to sexual empowerment. She gets invited on podcasts. She got invited to do a red table talk in a Facebook group in front of 200,000 members, 200,000 members. Imagine what this exposure would do for your business. And then on the right, you see that she got featured in Thrive Global because she decided that's what's going to happen, and she got her article featured in Thrive Global. That's what can happen for you, and that's what I want you to happen for you, so you can actually really stop just being visible in front of your 50 followers on Facebook, or even 200 followers on Facebook. I don't care. Again, this is closing on Friday. I'm usually not talking about programs for weeks and weeks and weeks. If you want it, you need to sign up. If you want the bonus, you need to sign up today. And it's 1497 or 3 biweekly payments of 590. And now we're going to jump into the Q&A session. Alisa, the payment plan is fortnightly. Let me give you your freebie first, and then we're going to jump into the Q&A. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. I managed 1 hour and 3 minutes. I'm proud of myself. Here are your journaling prompts. This is your free gift. You don't need to sign up or anything. You just go there and download it. And that's the top 10 visibility journaling prompts to know what to say to attract your soul tribe of clients. Thanks for bearing with me. And now give me your questions. I saw a couple already, and I will check them out. You can either type them in the Q&A box, which is anonymous, or you can type them in the chat box. Okay, let me scroll through your comments first so I don't overlook any questions. I love the question part, actually. But yeah, if you feel like you're done with this 1 hour training, you're more than happy to hop off. We're done. But I love answering questions. There was a question. Oh yeah, how often do you go live? You guys have my visibility tracker. So I'm not super strict. Yeah? I go live when I feel called to share something and when I feel like it. But I do make myself feel like it a couple of times a week. So I don't go live daily. Sometimes I just want to slumber around and I don't even get dressed properly. But I would say 3 to 5 times a week, I do live streams. And again, there's no right or wrong number. It's not you have to go live 4 times a week, but you need to ask yourself, what do I need to do to step up the game? How often do I go live? And if you're currently more chickening out and you more often go into, oh, I don't feel like it today, maybe tomorrow. And then tomorrow you're like, oh, I don't feel like it today, maybe tomorrow. Then I would be really strict. So I say, I don't schedule. I don't say I go live on Monday at 8 and on Tuesday at 5 and then I follow that, because that's not very flow-based to me. But I do say I do 5 live streams this week. So I don't care when I feel like it, but I will make myself feel like it 5 times a week. Let me know if that makes sense, Alisa. Okay. Kyla said, will this program be offered again in the future? Yeah, probably 2020 or something. I usually can't think that far, to be honest. I really like it, so it might happen. I haven't planned it at the moment. So I'll probably run each of my programs once per year. It will surely not be live recorded anymore. It will very likely not be at that price point anymore, because I feel like it's actually valued more, but I felt like, okay, I'll do this offer this time because it's the first round we're running it. So it can happen that my programs come back, yes. I honestly do not know, so I don't want to make any promises on that. But yes, the idea would be to run it once per year, maybe next year for $2,000. But yeah, probably not anytime soon, because I'm bored rerunning the same stuff like again and again and again. Maria said, where did you post your epic post where you got the 4,500 likes? That was a like a Facebook group called Girls Love Travel. I think it has 500,000 people at the moment, so you really have to, you reach a lot of people, and most people are very positive. There is a couple of mean people as well if you really go into a 500,000 or 250,000 community with your posts, but that's where I got that much traction. There's several other large groups where I got similar results. But if you really want to go viral, you need a very large community. If you want to do it in a Facebook group, you can do it on your business page as well if you get people to share it. But that was in a Facebook group, actually. How did you get clients from travel girls like this group? Exactly like the process I've described. People find me, people follow me. So they go in the Location Independent Biz Babes group, then they stalk me forever. You can watch my video content for hours and hours and hours if you click on videos, and they just follow along. And then some people are like, oh, I just found you. I need to sign up for this program right away. I want to be your VIP client. Let me sign up. And then some people are just in my community a bit longer, and that's totally fine. I think most people follow a while before they sign up with someone. But then when I have the next program, people are ready to sign up. I now did step away from this whole travel thingy because I don't teach anymore how to start your business to travel the world. So my clients are now business owners who already have a business. So I'm not really showing up in those travel groups anymore, because it was a lot of people that have no idea how to travel the world and wanted to know from me how they can travel the world without having any money, which is not really a powerful, passionate topic for me anymore. Lear, oh, I'm really probably pronouncing that wrong. Sorry about that. Lear? I don't know. Lear is asking, hi, I'm not a coach yet. We'll get my certification in July. Do you think it would be interesting to start showing up now or wait until you have something to sell? Definitely now. When I got those 4,500 viral post thingies, I had nothing to sell. I didn't know what I'm doing. I didn't have anything to sell. But I've built my community and my tribe and my soul-aligned people before I had anything to sell. So you don't need a certification. First of all, the people who follow you will not care about your certification. That's more for you and building your own coaching skills. You don't have to be a coach as well. This is not a program, people ask me this all the time, this is only for coaches. No. You can be a virtual assistant, a graphic designer, a web developer, I don't care, but you need to have a message what you do different. So if you're a virtual assistant, you need to have an opinion on how to work great with a virtual assistant, or why there is so many virtual assistant services out there that suck and why you are different. So yeah, you need to have an opinion about something because that's what we're going to share. Maria is asking, it makes sense to share in Facebook groups where potential clients are, but how do you determine which groups to pick and with their no promotion policy? Love this question. I do now only barely show up in any other groups anymore. I only show up in my own Facebook group because that's just my tribe. But at the beginning, I literally just showed up in other groups where I knew people who are interested in location independence, in business, in mindset are hanging out. Especially if you're working with entrepreneurs, this is super easy because there is a million groups of that. If you're working with another very specific group, it's super easy as well because you want to go in Facebook groups that are really very specific for that ideal client. I think entrepreneur groups, there is like really many, and all they have in common is they're for female entrepreneurs or for female-driven entrepreneurs. That's not very specific in itself. I like a mixture of small groups and large groups because they have different benefits. If you want to go viral and reach a lot of people, you need a large group. But in a large group, there's a lot of noise as well in the newsfeed. So even more, you have to stand out with your content. Da, da, da. Maria says, my clients are still employed, but they're seeking ways out. My group, I have a lot of people who want to be location independent biz babes. That's why they join the group, because that's something they're aspiring. Any, how do they want out, Maria? Do they want to have their own business? Do they want to have their own coaching business? Do they want to work on a cruise ship? Do they want to become cabin crew? Do they want to emigrate to another country and work there overseas? That is what you need to seek out, and then you will look for the communities where those people hang out. Okay. Alisa says, I built my Facebook group up to 500 members in 4 weeks. That's amazing. And now I'm stuck at 750 member mark. And I feel like none of my normal strategies are working. I see. Okay. It's a different strategy. So it's a different thing to start a group from scratch and to get people in and to get people engaged. And then it's a different strategy to go from 750 to 2,000 people. It's different things you need to do. So I would work more with opt-ins, like a workshop or something that people get when they join their group. So yeah, like a freebie, but instead of signing to your email list for the freebie, you guide people to your group. If you want to join me on this and this and this topic, here's the link to my group. And get more engagement into the group, because as soon as you have really a lot of traction and engagement in your Facebook group, Facebook will do you a huge favor and will suggest it to other people for free. How do you do live streams in your group, Alyssa, or like workshops or free coaching? Those kind of things work really, really well, where you really get people to get access to you in a form that they wouldn't get access otherwise. Andrea is asking, for value posts, would you suggest they be more flow content? Oh, absolutely. I don't believe in 3 tips on strategy at all. I don't do this anymore. I don't think they work anymore. I mean, you can try. If you get a lot of traction on these, do it. But I do believe people Google if they want to have something like that. Apart from if you really manage to position yourself as a leader. So if I say, here's an example. If I say, I grew my Facebook group to 13,000 people and here are 3 tips on how you can do the same, people will like that. Because there is a connection. They're like, oh yeah, I want a community of 13,000 people. If someone who has a Facebook group of 200 people does the same thing, and they're like, I have two, they won't say it. They will just ignore that. They will just say, listen to me. Here are 3 tips on how to build a massive Facebook group. But you don't know why you should listen to them. And though that's why most people scroll past. That's where most people are like, I don't know who you are. I don't know why I should listen to you. There's so many people telling me I should change my mindset. I should grow my group. I should get clients. I should get fully booked. Why should I listen to you? There's so many mindset coaches out there. If I wouldn't share my journaling and my mindset work and that I'm doing it every single day for 2 hours, people would be like, why would I listen to you on this? There's so many people telling me I should do this and this. Alyssa says, I do live streams all the time. I've done a 5-day challenge, but it was too much information. I'm going to do a live workshop, I think, using this strategy. Yeah, keep it simple, yeah? 5-day challenges are great if you have no engagement. If you have no engagement, you want to do a 5-day challenge where people get homework so you get people posting. If you want to get more people into your group, you want to go into other groups and offer something that's really incredibly valuable and people get it only if they join your Facebook group. And then there must be so much value in the Facebook group that they stay, that they're like, oh, I only got in here because I wanted this. But now I see it's actually a really amazing community where I can promote my stuff and where it's awesome and where I get so much value, so they hang around. There was another question in the Q&A box. Hang on. Again, I'm waiting for the 4 people who work with me one-on-one. I'm always super excited to see who's grabbing the VIP spots. Oh yeah, I did ignore Magria's question about the no promotion policy. That's why you need to provide real value and real stories where people are like, oh, I want to find out more about you. And then I'm going to share with you in Visibility Queen how to then funnel those people. But in most Facebook groups, you will not be allowed to promote anymore. That's why you need to bring people into your tribe, onto your email list, into your Facebook group, where you can do whatever you want. On my Instagram, I can promote all day long. Nobody can say something against it. So I'll promote on my Instagram all day long in front of 20,000 people. I'll promote in my Facebook group all day long in front of 13,000 people whenever I choose to. Not all day long, yeah, but whenever I choose to. So that's why you want to have your own platform. You want to get people onto your own funnel. Cool. I think that's it. Let me know if you have any other questions. I'm very proud to wrap this up after 1 hour, 15 minutes. Thanks so much for joining. Good. Q&A. Let's close that. And then I'm excited. So first of all, I'm excited about the visibility audits. I'm going to do them soon, so you get those before the program starts. I'm going to sit down this week and record them and check out your profiles and let you know what I want to know, what I want to pour out of your soul. That's for the first 5 people. Now, people have been asking me, they're like, oh my God, I need to figure it out and need to get my credit card. If you sign up during the next hour and there is 6 people signing up, you'll get that as well. I'm not going to say, oh, bad luck. So if it is really going to happen that like 6 or 7 people are going to sign up right now during this webinar or shortly after, you're still going to get that. But I will want to get, like, it's basically for the people who take action now, because most people always sign up on the last day of a launch, which is fine, it's normal. Think about it, watch my videos, watch my other stuff. But I want to have a benefit for people who sign up during the webinar or shortly after. That's why I'm doing this. So you want to give people a good reason to do something now, otherwise they will wait. Just a little tip that you can use for your own marketing. If you give people no reason to sign up now, they'll sign up later. And that's it. I think I've covered all questions. Nothing new is popping up for me. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to see you in Visibility Queen. I'm super looking forward to who the next 4 VIPs are, because I want to work with people one-on-one. I love working one-on-one. And that's it. I'm going to wrap things up and I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.